And sports coverage of 2024 NSAA Girls State Basketball is presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
The Class C2 Girls State Basketball Tournament continues on News Channel Nebraska. Michael Shifley, Lou Siefker with you courtside. We'll check in with our sideline reporter, Jake Bartecki, soon. Who will get to play number one UTAN? I'm not sure it's something that you really want that much, the way that UTAN looked against Niobrara Verdigris, but the matchup here is a 4 versus 5 contest, Cross County against Bishop Newman. Starting with the Cougars, a similar storyline to UTAN from last year. Cross County bowed out in the opening round. They're looking to get an opening round win today.
Yeah, certainly, again, it's experience. You kind of learned from last year. We'll see how that plays into this. It seems 23-3. They played well this season, and I think they're hungry for a big win. You mentioned having to play UTAN. I don't think, as good as UTAN is, everybody in this tournament right now, including these teams, feel like they can go a long way, and certainly both these teams are feeling that way right now.
This is the third ever trip for Cross County, but they have been now back-to-back years. Bishop Newman, this is their 19th trip as a program, but none of the players on the team have been to state. They've been down the last few years and are happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you're right, a great tradition. This team is are 18-6, but man, have they played a tough schedule. They played a lot of good people, so when you're talking about who you're going to play next, they're not worried about it. They've played everybody, and I think they feel battle-tested. They feel confident, do the Cavaliers in this one.
Both coaches said, really, these teams are pretty similar. They're expecting a competitive game. We're hoping for one as well. We'll introduce the key players next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you are suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
The 5-seed Bishop Newman Cavaliers out of Wahoo. They like to spread around their scoring, but the most adept at scoring on the team is Bridget Whitney.
Yeah, she's done a great job. She is one of those players, Whitney, 13.8 points a ball game, and does a little bit of everything. She's a 1,000-point scorer, and certainly you'd like to have that sort of scoring in this ball game. I think a close game. Who steps up? Whitney could be one of those players for the Cavaliers.
The 4-seed is Cross County, the Cougars, and Coach Mitch Bossart says Cheyenne Anderson might be the best basketball player, girls or boys, to ever play for Cross County.
Well, that's saying a lot, isn't it? And she's really a player that stepped up on both sides of the floor, become a really good defender. I think that was a challenge for her, but coming into her senior year, has played very, very well in the defensive end. And, again, we talked about scoring in close games. How about defense? We saw it with UTAN in the last ball game. Who's a stopper for this team, and she could be that player.
It's number 4 against number 5. It's Cross County and Bishop Newman. For more on the matchup, here's Jake Bartecki.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, our 4-5 matchup, Cross County and Bishop Newman. And I want to talk about the turnaround that Bishop Newman has had from last year to this year. Last year they were 11-13. This year they had 11 wins by the middle of January and were 11-1 to start the season. And one of the big keys to that was being able to play on the road. Last year they were 3-8 on the road. This year they were 8-2. And when you factor in some of those neutral site games, 10-3 away from their area up by Wahoo. Guess what? Today's a neutral site game. And Head coach Rick Aaron said that one of the goals for this team this season was to win the district final. Mission accomplished. They're here at the state tournament as the 5 seed. I'm sure that goal's become a little bigger. On the flip side, Cross County, 2 straight 20-plus win seasons, and they were in the state tournament last year. So a newcomer and a mainstay at the state tournament here in Lincoln.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford in Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust a better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. It's time to put a spotlight on these schools. Your school spotlight sponsored by Currency. Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Cross County High School, they come out of the Stromsburg and Benedict area north of York. They were state runners-up in 2006, their first appearance at state. They made it last year, fell in the first round, and now they're back. Bishop Newman, that's in Wahoo, Nebraska. State champions 3 times, state appearances 19 times. They were busy doing that in the decade of the 2010s. They made it 09, 2010, and then 6 straight between 2014 and 2019. Checking out these Class C2 squads, where do they come from? The general east and north region of the state. You see Niobrara Verdigris up there at the northernmost, Crofton right next to that. Cross County is the furthest southwest. Bishop Newman immediately north of Lincoln. Lots of good ball played in that region of the state. You see Clarkson Lee and Oakland Craig, the Patriot and the Knight. They're in the middle section. That's the East Husker Conference. That conference has 6 teams here at state across various classes.
Yeah, it's a great conference. A lot of good basketball played there, and that shows up year after year with these teams that make it down here to Lincoln.
Bishop Newman's conference, also one of the top in the state, the Centennial. That's the Catholic schools from all across the region, from Kearney Catholic to Lincoln Christian, Lincoln Lutheran, Hastings St. Cecilia, Archbishop Bergen, Aquinas, etc. Grand Island Central Catholic. You have teams that are at state out of that conference as well, and no doubt the Cavaliers are battle tested.
Yeah, well, you look at the schedule that these guys have played, and 6 losses. Sometimes you think, well, maybe this team's good, but not that good. But everybody just about, I think everybody that they've lost to is here at state. They are, and 2 of those losses are to UTAN, the team that just advanced. So if you're Bishop Newman, you'd like to be able to win this game and then get another shot at UTAN if you have that opportunity. It's difficult, certainly, to beat a team 3 times in one season, but you got to get past a very good Cross County Cougar team before you think about UTAN.
Revenge would sure be sweet, especially if it's served up in Lincoln. The winner of this game will play Friday against the #1 seed UTAN. The Chieftains dispatched of Niobrara Verdigris in dominant fashion this morning, 60-28. Bishop Newman non-starters being announced. They're led by Rick Aarons. This is his second season, but his second stint as head coach of the Newman girls. He led the program 2008, 2009, 2010. They made state all 3 years. Now he's...
I'm sorry, Michael. Both the assistant coaches have girls on the team. So kind of a family affair with Bishop Newman.
No doubt about it. And a deep family connection among the Cavaliers. On the other side, Mitch Bossart in his 9th season leading Cross County has worked hard to build that program up. Really supportive of the other programs there at Cross County. The boys just qualified for state for the first time in program history, so both the girls and boys from Cross County going to be here in Lincoln. Time for your starting lineups. Bishop Newman being announced right now. 5'8" junior AJ Bosak. 5'4" junior Nicole Bloom. A 5'8" senior Caitlin McGuigan. A 5'10" junior Jill Johnson. And the key player, 5'11" junior Bridget Whitney. Just one senior in the starting 5 for the Cavaliers. They do bring their other senior, Emma Keith, off of the bench. Now for the home team, the 4 seed Cross County. They turn to 5'10" senior Lily Peterson. Adrian Waller gets the start. She's a 5'10" sophomore. Cheyenne Anderson, the key player for the Cougars, a 5'8" senior. Brycelyn Larson, a 5'11" junior, starts, as does Lindy Kelly, a 5'9" junior. The Cougars bring 3, maybe 4 off of the bench. The Cavaliers 2 or 3. They'll shake hands at midcourt and we'll be ready for the second quarterfinal of 4 today at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Game faces on both sides. We expect an evenly matched contest here. Number 4 Cross County, number 5 Bishop Newman.
Now, Michael, Cross County, you talk about how you're playing when you're coming into this thing. Cross County and Bishop Newman lost in sub-districts. That's kind of interesting. And then Cross County lost to Clarkson Lee, who will play in the next ball game this afternoon against Crofton. And obviously we know about UTAN. So, you know, obviously both teams came off of that. They got the district opportunity and took care of business. Bishop Newman beat Norfolk Catholic very handily by 30. And then Cross County took care of Superior by 10. So you kind of, you shook that off. You won your district final. But now, you know, the other thing I think with these teams, they're evenly matched. You know, who gets that start? Who jumps on the other team quickly? You want to be the team that's ahead and force the other team to chase you.
Tip-off won by Bishop Newman. The Cavaliers have the basketball. Their first appearance at the state tournament since 2019, and the first possession is a turnover. Here comes Cross County to the cup. It's Brycelyn Larson, the first 2 of the ball game.
Now Larson with a steal all the way in for the bucket. That's a great start for Cross County. Get the turnover, score in transition.
Both schools within easy driving distance, good-sized student sections. And Nicole Bloom gives the Cavaliers something to cheer about with a 3-pointer.
Bloom with the shooter's roll. It was a little bit short, but got that nice shooter's roll. 3-pointer there for Bloom and Bishop Newman.
Both of these teams, they have balanced offensive attacks. It's not one individual. Those players with the first buckets, they average about 5 points a game each. Miss on that 3 by Anderson, and a rebound secured by Bridget Whitney. A foul in transition against Cross County. Lindy Kelly picks up her first. She is a critical player for Cross County and will certainly be keeping a watch to see if she picks up more fouls early in this game. Lob pass inside, picked off. That's the second steal for Brycelyn Larson. Cheyenne Anderson initiates the offense, and Kelly able to save it back in. Both teams playing man-to-man defense to begin this game. Lily Peterson on the right wing. A take for Anderson, and well contested by Bishop Newman. In transition, they get it up ahead. A block, but the putback's there for Jill Johnson after the Whitney miss.
Jill Johnson running the floor. That's a good job. Get back and don't assume that shot's going in. Get to the rim, get that rebound. A good putback there.
Cross County averages 53 points per game. And they're too high on that pass. Looking for Peterson on the post-up.
Looks like Cross County going to throw some full court, at least some token full court against Bishop Newman.
A man-to-man defense. They didn't play zone at all this year, so don't expect to see it. And the way they've started out with getting a couple steals shows the prowess of this D. They play light pressure, not necessarily what they build their team on. Solid drive. Caitlin McGuigan, the lone senior starter, puts it through, and 7 in a row for Newman.
Good possession there by Newman. Again, being patient. Find the shot. McGuigan got inside. A nice drive to the bucket.
Bishop Newman, they do like to press. Haven't had much of a chance yet. They do play both man and zone and typically start out with full court man-to-man defense. That's a foul on McGuigan. Each team with one foul in the opening 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
I think Bishop Newman, what they want to do at some point in this game is to speed it up, get out and run. They want to be good in the half court, but they want to turn this game in more of a transition game and speed it up. We'll see if they're able to do that.
Anderson to inbound. Averages 4 assists per game to go along with her 14 points. Anderson, and Waller throws it out of bounds.
Newman is doing a good job in the half court defensively so far. Not a lot for Cross County. A couple of turnovers here in the last few possessions.
Wide open look, foot was on the line, and the shot goes. Nicole Bloom has hit 2 jumpers. Bishop Newman has scored now 9 in a row. That should be 9. The scoreboard says 10. That foot was definitely on the line. And now it's corrected.
Yeah, there you go. That was close to a three-pointer, but yeah, you're right. Foot on the line. But she's been good here so far. A couple of perimeter shots falling.
Anderson, strong take, does not get the whistle, loses it out of bounds. Turnovers, certainly a story in our first game of the day. Niobrara Verdigris plagued with those that limited their offense, and already 3 turnovers for Cross County. Mitch Bosshart calls timeout. We'll take one with him. It's all Cavaliers early on.
Atlas Fiber Internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. We have local service here. You need to go talk to somebody, they're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
Oh, you love to see the family members that make the trip to watch these teams. Midway through quarter number 1, which is brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. All Bishop Newman to start this game. We'll see if Coach Bossart was able to calm down his Cougars during that break. The three-pointer counts. A straightaway dagger 3-ball for A.J. Bosak. Count the bucket, and charging through a screen was a cross-county player committing the foul.
Watch Emma Keith there actually screened 2 cross-county players and got run over for her troubles. So a chance now for a 4-point possession, maybe a 5-point possession for Newman.
Foul was on Cheyenne Anderson of Cross County. Open look for 3. It's short from McGuigan. She is able to get her paws on her own shot miss. It's tied up, and the possession arrow gives it to Cross County. Could have been a 6-point possession there if that had a little bit more on it.
Yeah, that's true. Cross County, they dodged a bullet there. That could have been really bad. Yeah, the shot was a 3-pointer, so get the possession back. You're right. That could have been 6 point. You don't see that very often, 6-point possessions.
Not at all. Cross County, a little bit of a slow start. Now facing a zone look from Bishop Newman. They weren't able to solve the man.
Looks like a 1-3-1 for Bishop Newman.
Cougars get it out of the corner with Eden Peterson. Lindy Kelly doesn't have anything going. 3-ball up for Lily Peterson, and Lily Peterson ends the drought for Cross County. Their first basket since the opening minute.
It's a nice job by Cross County to move that basketball and find an open look, and they get that one to fall.
Smothering defense. That's Kelly. And an open look. The 3-pointer doesn't fall for Bosak that time. And then the Cavaliers foul, trying for a rebound. Emma Keith for her first. Well, slow start, something that has been an issue for Cross County this season. You look at their 3 losses. They got down 20-7 against Sutton. Ended up fighting back and falling in overtime. They got down double digits to McCool Junction late in the second half, but were able to fight back to lose by 7 in that defeat. And then in the sub-district final against Clarkson Lee, it was a big problem. They trailed by 17 at halftime and came back to cut it to a 1-possession game late. There is Cheyenne Anderson, not wanting it to be too slow of a start.
A good bucket there, Anderson inside. You want to stay close. Yeah, you don't want to, it's state, you don't want to fall down big and have to try to fight your way back.
Inside to Whitney. Whitney through some bodies. The junior puts it in, and all 5 starters already in the scorebook for Bishop Newman.
And Bridget Whitney's a good athlete. She's a state qualifier in the high jump. That's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, doing it in multiple sports at a high level. Getting her own rebound, the sophomore Emma Dickey. And that's a foul. They'll charge it on Bloom.
Well, Dickey just playing physically. A couple defenders there for Bishop Newman. She out-scrapped them both for that rebound. Like the effort there by the undersized Dickey against some taller players.
5'7" sophomore. Here's an open look from the corner. Out of the inbounds play, it's off the back rim for Lily Peterson, but last touch, Bishop Newman. Cross County will get another look at it. Emma Dickey, just saw her scrap for that rebound, went to the bench there, but she started as a freshman. Now coming off the bench here as a sophomore. Big energy player for this Cross County team. Anderson off the mark, and again, a fight for the rebound. It's a tie-up, and Bishop Newman gets it despite the effort from Adrian Waller of Cross County.
Yeah, Waller and Jill Johnson, they're going, it's good sportsmanship there after Waller goes to the floor hard.
Offense has been cooking early for the Cavs, but not that time for McGuigan. It's ripped loose by Waller, and a foul in the backcourt. That's against Bosa.
A little bit too much dribbling that time into the heart of that defense. Kind of a turnover waiting to happen.
Both sides with 3 turnovers here in the first 7 minutes of the game. 7 points of separation between these two teams. Left hand dribble for Anderson. Tough shot trying to finish in the lane and just hit the backboard. No shot clock in Class C and below. Might change here in the future, but right now no shot clock. So no trouble holding for the final look if that's what Bishop Newman wants to do at the end of this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to be very selective here.
And before they could get this shot up, a travel called. And the Cavaliers give it away with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you see the shuffle there. Sometimes if you pull it out a little too soon, you lose your aggressiveness.
Here's Anderson. Throws to the corner. The 3-ball hits Lily Peterson. And from half court, Bishop Newman leaves it short. Cross County stepping back into the game. They finished the quarter on an 8-2 run. Just 4 points separating number 4 and number 5 on NCN.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good to Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good to Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good to Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said...
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Cross County finishing the first quarter with a splash from the right wing, Lily Peterson. Her second 3-ball of the game, and Cheyenne Anderson cuts right to the hoop to start the second quarter.
Anderson, nice drive there. So right now Cross Country on a bit of a run. They've really closed the gap, only down 2.
This game was 12-2 midway through the first quarter. Now a one-possession game, and Adrian Waller, she fell for that shot fake.
Yeah, absolutely. That McGuigan did a nice job to use that shot fake and got Waller out of position for the easy foul call.
Dribble drive for Bloom. She's been one of the top offensive players early in this game, but can't finish on that shot. And Cross County looking to get the ball ahead, and they pushed it a little bit too far, out of bounds off the hands of Larson.
Yeah, you're right, just a little bit faster than they needed to be there. Lost possession of the basketball.
Bishop Newman, a squad averaging 48 points per game. Really nice start offensively this morning. They get it inside, just a bit short, but the putback's there. Jill Johnson keeps working at it.
Now Johnson with a couple offensive boards in this first half. That's a big one to get the lead back up to 4.
Anderson, she hasn't had much. It's been AJ make that Lily Peterson and company for Cross County. The star Anderson hasn't been able to get anything going. Picking a pocket, it's Bridget Whitney, 5'11" junior. You think she's a post player, think twice.
Yeah.
She can do it on the fast break also.
Yeah, does a little bit of everything. As we mentioned, really good athlete. Takes that one down for the transition hoop.
Trying to exit the basketball, Lindy Kelly loses it, but it's given right back. Now there's Anderson, and she finishes, and she's fired up. Cross County cuts it back to a 4-point game. Chance to cut it to 1 possession with the foul shot.
That's how he played by Cheyenne Anderson. Did not give up after the turnover and gets the steal of her own. That chance for a 3-point play. That's a big turn of events. Bishop Newman look like they're going to be up 6 with the basketball. Instead now it's down to 4 and maybe 3 pending Cheyenne Anderson's free throw.
Senior that will finish as the 2nd leading scorer in school history. Passed 1,000 career points in January. Her coach Mitch Bosshart saying, if they had a different identity as a team where they didn't want to spread it around, she could have hit 1,000 points in her junior year.
Yeah.
But that's the way this team plays. They like to be balanced. And she still had a wonderful Cougar tenure. Waiting to see the call. Mitch Bosshart wants to make it. He's standing right next to the referee.
He'll help out. He's there for...
It bounced off of the referee's foot.
Well, referee is part of the court.
Oh, nearly. Yep,
right
there it was.
Yep.
So the Cavaliers will inbounds. Firing up the 3, it's an air ball, short and out of bounds. I saw that same play happen last night. Kearney High versus Gretna, and boys stayed inbounds because it bounced off an official and was a turnover. It didn't really affect play here.
Yeah. Yeah, the officials are considered part of the court, so if it goes off them, it's just part of the court. So whoever had it last, whoever touched it last, it'd be, if it does go out of bounds, would be on that team with possession.
Oh, a 2-hand swat there that winds up back in the arms of Anderson, who feeds the shooter, and she's a hot shooter. Lily Peterson, 3 3-pointers in the first half, and it's a 1-point game.
That's a good job. Peterson is doing a great job spotting up, and they're finding her. Bishop Newman, you've got to find her and try to get a hand in her face.
Leads the team with 45 made threes on this season, and now Cross County able to force the turnover.
Yeah, another turnover here, and now Cross County certainly a chance here to take the lead.
Against that zone defense. Nobody looking for the basketball, and that's a backcourt violation. Both teams with 6 turnovers here in the first half, and Bishop Newman calls timeout. Rick Ahrens wants to get his team settled. They once led by 10. Their advantage now just 1 with 4:46 to play on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
The hot shooting of Lily Peterson helping Cross County climb into this ball game. 18-17 the score. Bishop Newman called the timeout. See what they can figure out here. Trying to solve this man-to-man look from the Cougars. Has picked up its intensity since the opening minutes. Driving into the lane, tough shot. It drops through for Nicole Bloom, who has now exceeded her season average and has 7 points in the first half.
And Bloom has been excellent off the dribble. And again, Newman patiently finding those opportunities and exploiting them.
AJ Bosak, she is ruthless at the top of that 1-3-1 with those long arms. Another deflection for Newman. The cut from the weak side is shut off. Bridget Whitney stepped in front of it. Here come the Cavs. Awkward dribbling into the lane. It's bounced back out to Bosak, who creates, can't hit, but saves the basketball back to a teammate. Bloom gets it. Spin move, nothing there for Johnson. Cross County had the first basket of the game, led 2-0. Bishop Newman has been in front since. That three would have tied it, but an air ball from Eden Peterson. Be sure to stick around for halftime. We'll have highlights for you thanks to Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true.
And Michael, you mentioned Bosak at the top of that 1-3-1. You want a real active player, usually somebody that's tall or long at the top of that zone, and it's really kind of taken Cross County out of their offense. It certainly makes it longer to try to create anything offensively when you can't even penetrate.
Bloom tried to fire up the three, had it stuffed before she got it above her head. The defense from Lindy Kelly. But Newman still alive this possession. Lob inside, and somehow Bridget Whitney comes away with the basketball, and between two defenders puts it through.
Yeah, it looked like that pass was going to maybe go out of bounds. Whitney somehow handled that and got the ball up and in.
Awkward pass inside. Left her feet there, did Lily Peterson, trying to feed the paint. And fortunate that Cross County gets to keep the basketball.
If you're Cross County, I'd like to find Lily Peterson out on that three-point line again. But again, there's a turnover. You can't have lazy passes against that 1-3-1.
Stolen by Chernick. That's Grayson Chernick. And she turns around and hits.
Yeah, turnover leads to points. If this game speeds up, it kind of goes over in Bishop Newman's favor.
Since Cross County cut it to a 1-point game, Bishop Newman has responded with 6 in a row. And Cross County wants to regroup. Timeout, Mitch Bossart. 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the first half on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item,
That is the Cross County student section going with the tropical theme.
Well, it had been pretty tropical until the state tournament started, and it got really cold out, but it's supposed to get nice again. So you might want to keep those shirts maybe if you stay here a couple more days.
Right, I hear it's supposed to be warm on Friday. They're dressing for it already.
Yeah.
Cross County has some work to do to get to Friday, trailing by 7. Bishop Newman, relentless pressure. The bounce pass from Bosak and the finish from Chernick. And a whistle stops play.
I think he thought, the official thought Coach Bosart was calling timeout, and he did not. So play resumes.
Look at this defense, the trap, and another defender in the area too. That's who comes away with it, and Bosak dishes it off. That's a tough finish for Grayson Chernick, who averages just 3.5 points a game. She's a freshman who just finished through contact.
Yeah, that's what this 1-3-1 can do if it's done well, is just harass you and force turnovers.
Good looking shot. It didn't drop, but after Peterson's miss, Brycelyn Larson is there for the rebound and the putback.
And that's what sometimes the 1-3-1 is not good for. That's defensive rebound, just gets you out of position, especially off long rebounds.
Newman had been on an 8-0 run. Long 2-point jumper, nothing but net for Jill Johnson.
Well, Newman getting it done on the defensive end and scoring on the offensive end and extending that lead.
Just the second foul called this quarter. And it goes against Bishop Newman. AJ Bosak, her second foul. With the way she plays defense, that's something to file away as an important development late in this half.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't see many the teams like this that play good defense. You don't see many quarters where there's hardly any fouls called.
Dickey. They work it around. The 3 ball for Peterson. The putback, yes. Brycelyn Larson doing work on the glass.
Yeah, a couple of offensive rebounds and putbacks for Larson.
Inside, Johnson against a couple defenders. Puts it in off of the window. A flurry of scoring to end half number 1. A half that Bishop Newman played exceptional basketball to own a 9-point cushion. It's the 5-seed Cavaliers 30, the 4-seed Cross County Cougars 21. Coming up at the break, your halftime highlights and thoughts from the coaches. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
My name is Jared. I've experienced a great deal of sin in my life. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sexual immorality, and much more. I was letting the devil control my life with the fantasy that these things would make me happy. All it did was make me feel empty inside. I was going nowhere and felt deceived. My heart was torn to a million pieces. At that point, I reached out to God. My life was changed. Yours can be too.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
The Bishop Newman dance team putting on a show at halftime here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Happy you could be with us this morning. Michael Shively, Lou Siefker, Jake Bartecki, and our fantastic News Channel Nebraska crew led by Danny Alvarado in the truck. This is game 2 of the day. We have 4 in Class C2 and then 2 more in the nightcap. We already know the Yutan Chieftains are on to the semifinals. We have one half to figure out who their opponent will be. Let's see what happened in that first half with your highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island stores. First basket of the game went to Cross County, but then Bishop Newman erupted for 10 straight. That ended with that three. Lily Peterson, she was the bright spot for Cross County with 9 first half points, 3 more of them right there.
Well, I think you see when you attack that zone and you're not passive against it, you can get inside and kick it out. You got a really good spot-up shooter there in Lily Peterson.
Bridget Whitney, showing she's a versatile player, gets the steal, goes to the basket, gets 2 of her 6 first half points. Another 3-pointer for Cross County. Again, it's Peterson. She had 3 of them in the first half, but turnovers started to pile up for Cross County, and inside damage done by Bishop Newman. That was Jill Johnson. Now a tough finish with the left for Grayson Chernick, the freshman. Stepping through, and there's Johnson again. Man, did she do good work in the paint. 8 first half points.
She had a great first half. I think if you look at this half, it kind of boils down. I think Bishop Newman, that 1-3 run really was problematic for Cross County. They were able to turn them over. You saw that turnover that led into points. And when Cross County kind of stopped attacking it, they got a little bit passive. But Bishop Newman exploited that, and they were able to kind of pull that lead up. Cross County's just got to continue to fight against that zone and attack it. Get in the paint. You've got shooters, and certainly Lily Peterson with 3 3-pointers. Once you start, forcing passes or being complacent a little bit against that zone, that 1-3-1 that Bishop runs, which is very good, they will eat you up and they will turn those turnovers into points. So you've got to match that offensively. We'll see if Cross County can do that in the second half.
A 9-point game right now. Jake Bartecki has more on the sideline.
Thanks, Michael. Hey, I want to talk about something a little bit different here. It's kind of unique. First off, background, I loved playing with G.I. Joes. I thought they were the coolest thing. And believe it or not, there is a G.I. Joe that calls the Cornhusker State home. He calls Stromsburg, Nebraska home. Guess who else is from Stromsburg, Nebraska? The Cross County Cougars, who are playing in this game here tonight. His name is Leatherneck. He was an infantryman with secondary duties as a drill sergeant and instructor. He was stationed in Vietnam. He did time at Camp Lejeune, and as a toy, he was introduced in 1986 to kids all around the country, and he calls the town of Stromsburg, Nebraska home. 1,100 people there. He was one of them, fictionally, of course, but a unique part about this ball game, Stromsburg, Nebraska, the Cross County Cougars, they have themselves a celebrity in the making, a celebrity that is in the making of Leatherneck, the G.I. Joe.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk, or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. but our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout central and northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
Good morning, back here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. I'm Michael Shively. He's Lou Siefker. The score at the break, 30-21. Bishop Newman, the advantage over Cross County. Love that trivia from Jake. It can be tricky. Neither team has a town name in the school name. Cross County, that's Stromsburg and Benedict. He threw out the Leatherneck G.I. Joe fact from Stromsburg. I knew Stromsburg as the Swedish capital of Nebraska and also home of George Flippen, one of the best Nebraskans, one of the most accomplished Nebraskans ever. He was the first African-American football player to play for the Huskers in the 1890s and then became a doctor in Stromsburg.
I don't have much to add to that. The guy knows everything.
We got to talk about Wahoo as well. That's where Bishop Newman is located. And Wahoo, their claim to athletic fame is Sam Crawford. He's a baseball Hall of Famer and known as Wahoo Sam. He's in the Hall of Fame and still holds the MLB record for triples in a career.
I just like to drive through town and say Wahoo. That's kind of what I do. So we got
That's
a guy
pretty good too.
Yeah, there you go.
Ballpark there in Wahoo, named after Wahoo Sam Crawford. Great place to take in a game.
I'll tell you what, Michael, Wahoo, though, boys and girls, a lot of basketball history in that city. If you want to play good basketball, Wahoo is certainly a place to go. And mentioning Stromsburg, I don't even remember where I ate. I just remember having a really good meal in Stromsburg. I wish I could remember where that was. But it's a great place. Swedish people, the greatest people in the world, and make great food, by the way. So go to Stromsburg and find a place to eat.
Let us know on social media, at NCN Sports on Twitter, where is it likely that Lou ate in Stromsburg so that we can go back.
I want to go back.
The school is just south of town, and right now it's Cross County trailing Bishop Newman by 9 at half. We'll hear from Jake in a moment and get the start of the third quarter next.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Bishop Newman basketball to start the second half. They lead by 9 and get it inside right away as fight for the rebound and a tie-up. Both coaches fired up at halftime. They talked with Jake Bartecki.
Well, guys, I talked with both Rick Ahrens and Mitch Boschert at halftime. On the Bishop Newman side of things, Coach Ahrens overall pretty happy. He says he'd like to see the team play a little harder defensively. Things are getting pushed around a little bit down low. Was very pleased with the start they saw. Got off to that big 10-point lead, and they got up to a 9-point lead at the half. On the other side for Cross County, Mitch Boschert saying they got to stop the scoring underneath the hoop. They think they need better defense, and that's exactly who they thought they were. I asked him, is there anything that they've surprised you with? And he said Bishop Newman has done everything they saw on film. Guys?
Miss on that three. Another good look for Nicole Bloom, who had 7 first-half points. Inside it goes. Here's Larson, and Larson finishes. Brycelyn Larson with 8 points, and it's down to a 7-point game. Both coaches, they're steady at half, talking with Jake, talking with their team. They know this one's still certainly in question in the opening minutes of the second half. And a blocking foul called against the Cavaliers on the drive by Lindy Kelly.
I think you've seen to start this half that Cross County is looking to be a little more aggressive and attack that defense. And there you go. There's a blocking foul on, I believe that was on Bloom.
Another great look on our 5 Points Bank instant replay. 5 Points Bank, Nebraska's better bank, and great job by our crew. They're going to have a long week. 3 days. Games all day. We're happy to be bringing it to you statewide here on News Channel Nebraska. Cheyenne Anderson shut off and the ball taken away, but Nicole Bloom, after the fine defense, had her heel on the end line.
Yeah, just barely there. That's a good shot there. Good job by the camera.
Yeah,
folks.
John Haxby down there. He's a vet. He knows how to get it. Foul against Cross County.
Always count on John down there.
Foul was on Bishop Newman, excuse me. It's on Jill Johnson, her first. Nobody in big foul trouble. Anderson can't hit. McGuigan has 2. And Nicole Bloom has 2 for Bishop Newman. Nobody else with 2 fouls in the game. Anderson hits the deck, but the ball just goes out of bounds. Mitch Boschert wanted the charge, did not get the whistle.
Yeah, could have had it there. We talk about that every week, it seems. Those calls are so difficult.
Risky bounce pass by Bosock. Larson steps right in front of it. Cross County turning up its defense to start the third quarter. Now looking for a 3, and it swirls out. Nearly fell again for Lily Peterson.
Yeah, that was a good look. Peterson's really good from that corner. That's where they try to get her the basketball.
McGuigan, nice fake. 3-pointers up and rims off. Oh, the rim's playing tough here to start the third quarter. Just 2 points, the first 2:15. Offensive rebound. Cross County gets it to Anderson. Can't hit. Johnson clears the boards. Bishop Newman in the half court. Team coming in confident in large part due to their challenging schedule. They work it into Johnson. The putback is missed, and a foul on the second try. It's Bridget Whitney earning a spot at the line for 2.
This game's turning physical, and Whitney, one of those players that can play well in a physical ball game. Great job there to get the first rebound miss and stay with it and go up. Doesn't get the second one to fall either, but does get the first free throw to fall on this 2-shot foul.
Bishop Newman, if you would have asked them February 6th, are you going to make state? They would say, we just lost our last 3 games and 4 of the last 5.
Yeah.
Probably not. But here they are at 18-6 as the 5 seed and owning a 32-23 lead. Now, those losses did come twice against Lincoln Christian, once against Waverly, and against UTAN. Some excellent teams.
And
They overcame that late January, early February slide. They had some players out sick.
Yeah.
One player was in a car accident,
Yeah.
had to miss a
Crazy?
few games, and now they've regained full strength as a squad.
You never know whether it's weather or illness. It's tough to count on what's going to happen in the wintertime. I mean, you certainly aren't expecting anybody to be out with a car accident. But they overcame all of that and playing great ball right now.
And again, it's Whitney stepping in front of the pass. Feeds Bosock. Bosock into a cross-county Cougar, and a blocking foul called. Lily Peterson's first.
I think, Michael, the way this game's going, well, another collision there that it could probably have gone either way. Bishop Newman's getting a couple of calls on this end of the floor. But the way this game's going with the defense, and it's just starting to speed up, it's getting a little more physical. And I think, overall, I think you'd say right now favoring Bishop Newman, and they're ahead by 9.
Bosock now with 4 points, and the lead is up to 10. That equals the game high. It was 12-2 to open up. Cross County was able to slice back into it, make it 18-17, but since then Newman has regained control of this ball game, and they force another turnover. Mitch Bossart needing to settle his crew down here near the midway point of the third quarter. We'll be back after this on NCN.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
Bishop Newman in front, the Cavaliers with a 10-point cushion over Cross County. These teams did play, but not in the regular season. They played over the summer in Wahoo, a game that Cross County won. But Bishop Newman, over the course of the last year and a half, has been on an upward trajectory, getting better and better. They had just 11 wins compared to 13 losses last season. And now, after that 3 by Caitlin McGuigan, they have a 6-0 run and a 13-point lead in the quarterfinals at state.
It's a great set, great passing. McGuigan gets the bucket. Ball never touched the floor. Just excellent movement, excellent passing to find the open shot. No.
McGuigan gets the steal in open court. Misses the layup. Bosock's there to help her out, and it falls.
Well, again, we're running the floor. Great job. Bosock gets back. You never assume that shot's going in. You run the floor, get in position. She did that, got the offensive rebound.
And Cross County gives it away, now into double figures in their turnovers in this game. Since scoring the first basket of the third quarter, Cross County has not scored again, and Bishop Newman has put 8 more on the board.
Yeah, for Cross County, the problem has been on the offensive end has been just turning the basketball over. And Bishop Newman executing right now at a high level on the offensive end.
McGuigan, the senior, against Dickey, is denied. Loose basketball. Who touched it last? It was Cross County. Stays with the Cavaliers with 3:16 to play in the third on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Cougars hoping they have another comeback in them. Like I said earlier, they were down big against Clarkson Lee. 17-point game at halftime. They made it a one-possession game in the fourth quarter before eventually dropping that sub-district final.
That's kind of the thing with Cross County, you know. If you're Bishop Newman, you know they're never out of the ball game, so you want to continue to play up 15. But as you just mentioned, Michael, this team has showed its ability to come back from big deficits, so you can't assume this one's anywhere close to over at this point.
If Cross County's going to get back in it, they likely need Cheyenne Anderson to propel them. She has the basketball now, the senior. Leads the team in scoring, assists, and steals. Swarming Cavalier defense and another steal. They get the turnover against Eden Peterson. And the left-hand finish drops through for Grayson Chernick.
All right, this is Bishop Newman's game right now. It's going exactly the way they wanted to. They're turning Cross County over. They're scoring in transition, and they're doing pretty good on the offensive end and the half court. But they're speeding the game up, and this game gets faster. The advantage goes to the Cavaliers.
Foul away from the basketball. Nicole Bloom will take a seat. It was on her. That's her third. 3 team fouls this quarter on Newman, 2 on Cross County. Anderson gets it in. Kelly bounces to the corner. Waller hits, make that Larson. Larson's into double figures, leading Cross County with 10, and that puts an end to the 10-0 Newman run.
Yeah, Cougars needed a bucket there.
Body hits the deck, and an offensive foul. Getting her body in front, that was Lindy Kelly. That's her specialty. She's taken 14 charges now this season. You know what the career record was at Cross County for taking charges? 12.
Wow.
She has 14 this season.
That's really good defense. That's the ability to get in position and to draw those.
Sacrificing her body, but the Cougars just can't take good care of the basketball right now. Bishop Newman defense really building this lead for the Cavaliers.
I've got Cross County with 7 second-half turnovers to go with 9 in the first half, 16. It's tough to beat a good team when you turn it over that many times.
Oh, what a drive, but no dice at the hoop for Emma Keith, the second senior on this group of Cavaliers. Dickey loses the basketball and then fouls McGuigan. Picture perfect defense for Caitlin McGuigan, who was in tears as she cut down the net at the district final. I enjoyed talking to Rick Ahrens about the emotion she plays with. He says that McGuigan, she was so emotional because she has so much invested. She is the best leader he has ever coached.
Wow.
Takes care of things in the huddle, in the locker room, and helped drive a fanatical attitude for this team in the offseason, making it to every weight room session.
That was almost looked like a pass on that one off the glass. I believe that was Keith that shot that, but Whitney got the rebound on the opposite side.
Cross County in trouble. Their deficit has swollen to 17. Timeout Cougars. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Here's another look at that Bishop Newman offensive rebound and putback. They've really been dominating inside between Johnson and Whitney.
It's actually Bosak that took that shot and just bounced it off the backboard. It almost looked like a pass over to Whitney. If I was Bosak, I'd say definitely that's a pass off the glass.
Driving to the hoop, count the bucket, and a chance at the line for another for Cheyenne Anderson. A much-needed three-point play opportunity for the cross-county Cougars.
Well, Newman has done a good job most of the ball game shutting down the driving lanes. Did not on that one. And Anderson made him pay. Now a chance for a three-point play.
And a hit for Anderson. And a travel against Bishop Newman. The Cougars come out fired up after their timeout.
They get a three-point play. Now a turnover. Really close this quarter on a high note. They're down 14, but as we mentioned, the team that knows how to come back from behind.
Inside, keeping her pivot and losing the basketball. Turned over by Waller.
That was a brilliant strip by Bosak that time.
Now here's a chance for Keith. Pulls up for two and doesn't get the roll. Emma Keith, the first-year player for Bishop Newman. Here's Bosak. A.J. Bosak steps through and finishes at the hoop.
Well, Bosak has been a one-woman wrecking crew here. A couple steals in a row.
Emma Dickey blocked. Bridget Whitney comes over with the rejection.
You got 3.5 seconds to go. Got to be quick about it, but you got time to get a shot off.
Peterson to inbounds. Finds Anderson. Loses the basketball, and her shot is altered. Got a fingertip on it, did Chernick. And Bishop Newman looking good through three quarters. They have a 16-point cushion heading to the fourth here on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Michael Shively, Lou Siefker, Jake Bartecki with you. The second of 6 today from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Thank you so much to everybody tuning in across the state today. Shout out to Summerland High School. The Bobcats checking in. They're watching at school. Make sure you get your studies in up there in Northeast Nebraska as well, but taking in some high school hoops. Straightaway three ball for A.J. Bosak. She nails it. Her second three ball of the game, and Bishop Newman starts the fourth quarter the way we've seen him play all game, and that's on fire.
That's a big bucket. That really extends the lead. Now you look up, you're down 19. Bosak has been good offensively and defensively in this ballgame.
Bosak now leads the team with 11 points. Picked off. Jill Johnson steps in front of that pass. And Johnson attacks in the paint. She's blocked. Good defense by Larson. Blocking foul against Whitney, just her first. The lead has extended to 19 for Bishop Newman. again, a team who was 11-13 a season ago. They made a district final, but were a low seed in Class C1. They had to play North Bend Central, and it didn't go their way. Now this year, look at them.
Yeah, usually doesn't go your way when you play North Bend Central as of late. But this team is, absolutely, they have improved, incredibly at this point, and a threat here to win a state championship.
There's a basket. Give Cheyenne Anderson double digits. She's up to 11.
Now, if you're Newman, you want to play smart. You want to continue to be aggressive, but you limit turnovers and do what you've been doing, which is finding good shots in your offensive set and continue to play harassing defense.
Whitney, the long two, hits the front iron. One 1-3-1 zone extending. It's made things rough on Cross County all day. Anderson wanted that ball. She gets it, fires up the three, but doesn't knock it down. Offensive board secured. Credit Eden Peterson. And a hack, that's the third on McGuigan. This is your fourth quarter, which is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. Middle of the lane, good step through move, but the left-handed finish goes off of the backboard and the iron for Peterson.
Cross County's got to be good offensively. You got to be efficient now. You can't have empty possessions.
Bosock, that would have been a dagger from the corner. Bosock, another deflection. And a drive down the baseline. Cheyenne Anderson to shoot two.
And Bosock at the top of that 1-3-1 zone has been an absolute terror. Like an armed guard there. You're just not going to get past her.
Mentioned earlier that Cheyenne Anderson second all-time in scoring for Cross County, but is going to leave with some records. The career three-point leader, career free throw percentage leader. She was the sixth man as a freshman and started the next 3 years. Be a great Cougar forever remembered, especially if they pulled off this huge comeback. Anderson commits the foul on McGuigan, denying the easy shot from the left block.
I think if you see somebody that scored 1,000 points, that's impressive. I think that shows what Jocelyn Miller, we just saw in the last game, is really special, scoring 2,000 points. But Cheyenne Anderson, an excellent player here for this Cougar program.
Loose basketball. Newman keeps it after a collision. 15-point lead for the Cavaliers. And they want to add to it. Too much on it from Chernick. The winner of this game gets UTAN, who blasted Niobrara Verdigris earlier this morning. The top seed Chieftains watching on. Eagerly looking to find out who it will be. Anderson trying to charge through a comeback here. 5 straight points for Cross County.
4:46 to go. It's 13-point lead. Bishop Newman doesn't have to take quick shots.
Timeout, Bishop Newman. There's 4 minutes and 44 seconds left on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Bishop Newman in its first appearance at state since 2019. Program with 3 state titles. These players haven't been a part of an appearance in Lincoln. They're showing out well this morning. Oh, now we're into the afternoon, Lou. We've made it past noon.
Well, it's no longer breakfast at the Bob. Now it's lunch at the Devaney Center.
We'll have dinner here as well. Stay with us all day.
We have a late night snack if we're not careful.
McGuigan gets around the first defender and draws contact in the lane.
So I like the fact that, you know, you got over half the quarter left. You don't want to just take the air out of the basketball. You want to continue to be aggressive and look for your shots, but you don't want quick shots. You don't want ill-advised shots. You want to find good, high-percentage opportunities, and that's what you saw there with McGuigan, and makes the first free throw.
Now, part of the resurgence of this Cavaliers program under head coach Rick Ahrens, he says they have two-a-days.
Yeah.
Like a football team.
November.
They do two-a-days in November. Practice starts at 6 a.m., then they meet again in the afternoon. The reason why they play such a difficult schedule to begin the year: North Bend Central, Hastings, St. Cecilia, Norfolk Catholic. And they won all of those games. A terrific start to the year for the Cavs, and he credits their two-a-days in November for helping.
Players coming back. Get ready next November. You're probably doing two-a-days again.
Regardless of the outcome here in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Chest pass inside. Anderson, what a feed. And the basket drops through for Bryce Lynn Larson.
That was a great pass by Anderson to find Larson right underneath the basket for an easy lay-in. Exactly what the Cougars needed.
Johnson slows it down. Past the midway point of the fourth quarter now, and still 13 points of separation. That's the third on Anderson, just the third team foul on Cross County. They'll shoot free throws at 5 fouls, Will Newman.
Yeah, down 13. You got to gamble here if you're Cross County. You've got to play aggressively and really not worry about fouls, because you're probably going to have to put Bishop Newman at the free throw line and hope they miss at some point.
Cavaliers have Bosock wide open, but she's not looking to shoot. They want to make Cross County foul.
Yep. Under 4 minutes now with a double-digit lead, no shot clock.
But there's a deflection and a steal. Eden Peterson claims the basketball, but Bosock steals it right back and finishes it at the hoop.
Wow.
13 game-high points for A.J. Bosock.
A.J. Bosock has been special in this one. That was a big-time steal.
Ball stays with Cross County off of the deflection.
I think Bosock is approaching felony status on steals now today.
We won't tell anyone. Nearly dropped for Peterson. She hit 3 in the first half, none in half number 2. There's the 4th team foul on Cross County. Cross County team that coach Mitch Bosshart says they've improved from a year ago. They didn't have any seniors that made the state appearance for the first time since 2006 last year. They developed more chemistry this season. They played 4 freshmen last year. They're not playing freshmen this year. They don't need to. They've gotten better. They're running into a buzzsaw here today. It includes Caitlin McGuigan, who's up to 9 points.
Well, I think Bishop Newman now, you're playing, you got a real chance to have another shot at U10.
Another steal for Bosock.
Wow.
And she's all alone.
Well, now there's, Bosock has really changed this game defensively.
and the Cavalier fans making noise in Lincoln. Bishop Newman with a 19-point lead in the closing minutes. A.J. Bosock, a big reason why. The steal and the breakaway layup for the Cavaliers.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford in Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Final couple of minutes here in our second game of the day. The Yutan Chieftains, the top seed in Class C2. They have already advanced to the semifinals on Friday. Bishop Newman closing in on joining them, but Cheyenne Anderson is not done yet. Extends her career record three-pointers for her school and trying to make a game of it late.
Yeah, deep three from Anderson. Now a steal by Anderson.
Cougars out of timeouts. They've played some good basketball. But once they get in the flow of it, it's been all Newman. Corner tray, air ball. That was Brycelyn Larson shooting her 6th three-point shot of the year. And then the foul on the Cougars.
Well, I think, if anything, one thing we've learned is it's a bad day to be a Cougar.
You're right. Yeah, Niobrara Verdigris falls in game one, and Cross County on the cusp of losing here right now.
Now Whitney with a couple free throws could really ice this ball game.
Now coming up at 3:15, we have the Knights against the Knights. Elmwood Murdoch and Oakland Craig.
I'll go with the Knights in that one.
That's a safe choice. The winner gets to keep the nickname. Some hits at the line for Bishop Newman. You know, we're talking about their resurgence just 11 wins a season ago. They only had 10 players on the team last year. 7 freshmen went out for ball this year. Here's Anderson, draws the contact. And Coach Rick Aarons says that increase from 10 players to 17 made so much difference in practice. They're able to run a much more organized practice, and he hopes they're going to continue to grow their numbers. He hopes to have 25 players out next year.
Well, I think with the success, and certainly Coach Aarons is a special coach, and the second time around here at Bishop Newman, kids are going to want to come out and play for him and play for a winning program. And I think, you know, this certainly you're going to the semifinals here. Who knows where this program will end up at the end of the year, but what a great season they've had no matter what happens after this.
That's Chesney Sundberg who grabbed the basketball there. Now an open long two. That drops down. Basket for Aubrey Milliken, a sophomore.
Yeah, Milliken wide open, took her time and knocked that one home.
In and out for Peterson. It just hasn't dropped for her since that first half eruption. Yeah, there's another bucket. It's Brooke Teal, a freshman.
Well, even the subs are running this, you know, this transition game and doing it well.
Bishop Newman built a 12-2 lead, and they get a steal again. The layup doesn't go, and Cross County gets the board. After growing that 10-point lead, Cross County charged back and had this game at 18-17 and all the momentum. since then, it's been a dominant performance by the Cavaliers, who will move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, and it really, I mean, it stinks to lose, but Cross County, 23-4. That's a special year as well. A lot to be proud of for this group from the Stromsburg area. And I need to find that Cafe I ate at.
And no seniors last year for Cross County, 3 this year. And their careers will come to a close, but they did make state twice in a row. For the Bishop Newman Cavaliers, they get an impressive victory, 61-40. The 5 seed takes down the 4 seed, and it sets up a rematch. They played twice earlier, and UTAN won both times. The third game will be on Friday in the C2 semifinals. Stay with us on NCN. Next is an interview with the winning coach, our player of the game, and your top plays.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The two things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Well, a dominating win for Bishop Newman and head coach Rick Ahrens. Coach, after a losing season last year, to win in this fashion in round number 1, what kind of statement does that make?
Well, we've worked really hard to get to this point. Last year we did have a losing season. We only had 10 girls, and it's been a battle, but we were a pretty good team. We just, we play a tough schedule, and our schedule helps us prepare for moments like this. We've had some quality wins this year. We've had some tough opponents this year, and so it kind of showed up today, I think.
Talking a lot on the broadcast about your guys' defense and the hands and the steals and the turnovers. How much is defense so important in the state tournament?
It's very important. It's important for us every game. We're not always a high-scoring team, but we really believe that if we play defense, we can win the game, and our girls show that. We got a lot of good athletic girls, and I always say that's the reason we won a state championship in track, is we got some athletes, and so we get our hands on a lot of things, and so that turns those into steals for layups.
We're going to bring in AJ Bosa. Coach, I want to hear a little bit about what your take on her is and her performance. She was intense on defense today.
She's always intense. I thought she played great. She hit some shots, and that makes her game really good, because we got to have her on the floor at all times, because she takes care of the ball for us. She gets a lot of assists for us, and she's a great defender. And so I was so happy to see her play well today. She deserves it.
Coach, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We'll bring AJ in here, Bishop Newman's player of the game. AJ, first off, congratulations. Take me through that game.
Thank you. We knew that they were going to be a good competition from the start. We actually played them in our home tournament during the summer, and they beat us. So we knew kind of it had to be grind out from the start. In the first 4 minutes of every quarter, we just had to get out and work as hard as we could to keep that game under control.
Talked with Coach about this, with the struggles you guys had last year to come in and win in this first round as the lower seed in such dominating fashion. What statement does that make, and what did you prove to yourself?
We just proved that the girls on the court are all we need. Last year we finished with 10 players. It doesn't matter the number you have or how many subs you get in. It's the 5 that's on the court and the 2 or 3 willing to get in and work as hard as they can.
How do you feel about the next round?
I'm excited.
Congratulations, AJ.
Thank you.
Michael, Lou, back to you guys.
Thank you, Jake. She's excited because it's a chance to get revenge against UTAN. Those first 2 matchups against the Chieftains, they were 2-possession games.
Yeah.
They were close games.
Both close ball games. I believe 5 or 6 point finals. But certainly the way Bishop Newman played in this game, they're going to give UTAN all they want here in the semifinals.
Let's see how this game went down. Your top plays. Brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Number 4, Cross County against number 5, Bishop Newman. Consecutive appearances at state for the Cougars of Cross County. Bishop Newman at state for the first time since 2019, and it doesn't bother A.J. Bosock. She hits the three-pointer early in this game. Cross County scored first. They led 2-0. Then they got down 12-2. A dominant stretch by Bishop Newman, scoring 12 straight, coming to an end with that Lily Peterson 3. Bridget Whitney, a 5'11 player, showing she's more than just a post, gets the steal, gets the layup, and the lead remains with Newman. But not a big lead. Again, it's Lily Peterson, another one of her 3 first-half threes, and it was a 1-point game, 18-17. Then the Cavaliers started going again. They get it inside for the basket. That's Jill Johnson to beat the halftime buzzer, 30-21 Cavaliers. And they're on fire to start the second half. Caitlin McGuigan, the senior, one of just 2 seniors on this squad, drills the triple. Cheyenne Anderson doesn't want her storied career with Cross County to come to a close, trying to will her team back into it. Defense turning to offense for the Cavaliers, helping to propel them, including A.J. Bosock. A menace, steals throughout the game, and there she hit the 3. Here she is again, picks the pocket of a Cougar and finishes at the hoop. Newman gets the victory 61-40. They play UTAN, a team that beat them twice earlier this season in the semifinals. Cross County's season ends at 23-4. Michael Shively, Lou Siefker, Jake Bartecki with you, and we're going to swap out and have some more people take over. We're not far away. We do have some time off before those next games. A 1:30 start time for the tip-off. Number 2, Crofton. Number 7, Clarkson Lee. After that, it's Elmwood Murdoch against Oakland Craig. So we'll be back at 1:20, but these first 2 games in C2, 2 really good performances, and it will be a fun matchup there on Friday between Bishop Newman and UTAN.
Boy, I can't wait. You know, UTAN looked incredibly good in that first game. How hard is it to beat a team like Bishop Newman 3 times in one season? That's going to be a challenge. That should be a great basketball game.
Well, we're looking forward to that. That's Friday. But before all of that, we have more hoops here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. We hope you come back and join us at 1:20 for Crofton against Clarkson Lee. Thanks to everybody who made this broadcast possible this morning. Our host here at the Devaney Center, the NSAA. The coaches taking time to chat and get us ready for the broadcast. And, of course, thanks to our sponsors who make all of this possible. On behalf of Lou Siefker, I'm Michael Shively. Thanks to our great crew, led by Danny Alvarado. We'll be back in an hour for more basketball.
Welcome to the 1890 Initiative headquarters at 11th and Q in downtown Lincoln. Brandon Axmit with you on News Channel Nebraska as we are joined by Husker standout Merritt Beeson of the volleyball team, talking all things NIL. And Merritt, first off, NIL is new, and I think a lot of people maybe think that these athletes and student athletes are just handed over a big sum of money and they're on their way. But that's not how it works. And the 1890 Initiative specifically has something called fulfillment, where athletes go out into the community and they earn this money. Can you talk more about how that works and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's almost like a job in a way. Like we do things to get paid. Obviously, that's what NIL is. You have to be doing something. You just can't sit here and hand me, here's X amount of money. I have to do something to earn it. And so for us, fulfillment can look very different. Like I described, maybe it's, we're going to go play with a few kids. You know, we're going to talk to these people. We're going to show up to this event and we're going to promote this event, whatever it may be. Maybe we're hosting a volleyball camp like we will be soon. You know, there's so many different things that we're able to do, and most of these opportunities do allow us to give back. So it isn't just they're just handing us a big lump of money. You know, we're obviously doing things to earn that and to kind of give back to the community in a way while earning that as well.
Now, you mentioned those community opportunities that you have, and some people may be not quite sure how that works. So you have the 1890 Initiative, and that's really the vehicle that connects those dots for athletes.
So 1890 kind of connects us back with the community. They're finding opportunities to plug us back into the community and allowing us to give back to the community. So maybe a business comes to 1890 and is like, hey, I want the volleyball team to come here, and they can kind of reach out to us and be the navigator between businesses and us. And then there's also a ton of opportunities for us to, hey, maybe it's just there's a group of kids that we're going to go play volleyball with, or there's a group of people at an elderly home that we're going to hop on a Zoom and we're going to talk about our volleyball experience. We're going to walk them through a day in our life. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a volleyball player in Nebraska. They just kind of help us connect back with the community. They allow us to give back and provide us with those opportunities.
Well, Merritt, thank you again so much for spending some time with us here on News Channel Nebraska as we are continuing to learn about NIL and educating our viewers across the state of this new landscape. I'm Brandon Axamit. We'll see you next time.